And so basically, in nature, we've got enzymes, okay? And so here's my little drawing of an enzyme, right? And then we've got things that are called substrates. So this could be things like fats, carbs, or proteins, or for example, in my instance here, sucrose, okay? So what happens is, inside the cell, this sucrose is gonna come, it's gonna fit right here into this key-like area, as I've as I have drawn here. And so what happens is now the enzyme is gonna act on this substrate, in this case, sucrose, okay? And the enzyme that's gonna work on this is gonna be called sucrase. Usually enzymes end in ASE, okay? So this enzyme is gonna act on this substrate here. This enzyme, which is a baby protein, if you will, or a protein, I should say, with sparks of life in it. Maybe some other things like cofactors or coenzymes, which I'll talk to you about in a second. And it's gonna act on breaking this up or digesting this sugar, okay? In this case, sucrose. So the enzyme's gonna digest the sugar, and it's gonna liberate it, let me back up here, and it's gonna liberate it into a form called glucose and fructose, okay? So it turns sucrose into glucose and fructose, basically. And then this goes on into the rest of the body, the liver, and that kind of thing, and it's processed. And so then this enzyme remains unchanged to do more work for more nutrients that come in. So basically, an enzyme comes in contact with a food particle, so to speak. It fits right in there like a key, okay, as I've drawn here. And then it's going to digest it, so that's going to break this bond or separate this bond, like I've shown here, and it's going to turn sucrose into glucose and fructose. Sucrose into glucose and fructose, and then the body's going to use that as necessary. It's going to go be metabolized to the liver and so on. So enzymes do many things, such as they digest your food. But the thing about enzymes is, number one, is that they're specific. Actually, I wrote that over here. So there are three main advantages of enzymes. The first is that they're very specific. Okay, pardon my writing. That they're very specific. And what I mean by that is, like, if you have a fat or a lipid, you need the enzyme that's a lipase to digest the fat. So you can't take a sugar molecule and have a fat enzyme digest it. It's just not going to happen, okay? So only fat enzymes digest fats. Only sugar enzymes digest sugars, and so on, okay? So enzymes are very specific.